I feel that the touch, especially the haptic part of it where you can feel the vibration, that is so intense for me because I can feel it in every part of my body. And I think it resonates through the bones, through the whole body. So I really like that haptic sensation.
Hi, Dina. Welcome to Touch Tales. How you doing, girl?
I'm doing very well.
I'm so nice to meet you and spend some time hearing your story. So, how long have you been using the touch?
I think about 3 months now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you first notice?
The very first time that I used it, I think I went directly into theta, brainwave state, because I've been a meditator for several decades. And it was wow. And I thought I'd go ahead and experiment since I didn't have to drive that day or work any machinery or anything. I was just doing chores at home and I said, let's see how this goes. And that state stayed with me all day, even though I was active and doing tasks. Normally, I wouldn't be in that kind of a meditative state. So I just let it go as long as it could. And it went pretty much the whole day. I was just in this really high vibe state of mind, and I still performed tasks. And I thought, this must be what. So my husband, my late husband, was a martial artist, and he used to reference to his students with the Zen monks would say, "No mind has all the technique," which means not your left brain, but your intuitive mind. And that's how, the monks would do the martial arts, and it would be like in this theta state. Well, I thought to myself, that must be what that is, where you can function, but still be in this really right brain space, which I had never experienced before. Because normally after meditation, I just switch right back, to the normal, the normal waking state. And I can't say that I do this every day, all right? But because typically I do go into that zone pretty quickly with the touch. I mean, like, just it doesn't take much at all. And but a lot of times I can't stay in that. I switch back,
Oh, you're
you know.
the first person I've heard describe it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Uh-huh. It's very nice. I mean, it for me, it bypasses any well, typically meditation has been easy for me anyway, but I find that with that frequency, it bypasses the if you had something upsetting or whatever, you just sit down with it and it just kind of just washes away that those negative frequencies
Nice.
and helps for me, it's I can't speak for anybody else, but just helps to bring the balance.
Yeah.
Very nice and easy.
Have you noticed anything else physically, like improvements in your health in any way?
Yes. In general, since I've used the V6, which has been, let's see, since March, I think of last March of last year, definitely started experiencing more energy, improvement with the condition that I talked about in my prequel, which was complex sleep apnea, which is a very serious condition. And I don't like to claim things like my this, my that, because I
Good.
just say, well, those are symptoms that I experienced, and I know we can change moment to moment, right? So I can say that I struggled with those symptoms for several years. They wanted me to have a CPAP and all that stuff, and I just couldn't do it. But then when I started using the V6, this nostril opened up at night because it used to clog immediately as I lie down to sleep. And I noticed that I didn't have the brain fog. I definitely felt good and had a lot of energy. So, so I feel that the touch, especially the haptic part of it where you can feel the vibration, that is so intense for me because I can feel it in every part of my body, Tracy. I feel it like resonating. And before I heard Dr. Alfredo mention putting it on the sternum, I was just doing that. When I'd lie down, I'd put it on my sternum, and I think it probably resonates through the bones, and of course we have silica, right? Crystalline structure in our bones, and I think it resonates through the bones, through the whole body. So I really like that haptic um sensation, whether it's through the fingertips or just placing it. I've also done the third eye. And I think the first time when I had that experience, that's what I did. I put it on my third eye.
Oh, that would explain it. I love that idea. I've never tried that before because usually I'm sitting up instead of laying down.
Hmm.
So, do you always use your phone or do you sometimes use your computer?
I've never used the computer. I've
Oh,
always just used it on my phone.
okay. Do you have a
Mhm.
laptop or a desktop?
Well, I have both. This is a desktop and I also have a laptop.
Try it on your laptop. One of my favorite things to do is put my feet on the sides of that mouse pad thing, whatever it's
Uh-huh.
called in the middle. And then I put my feet on each side of that, just like the balls of my feet. Holy cow, I love that. But
Oh,
everybody's experience is unique, right? So see if you
yes.
like that. And
Thank you for saying that. I'll try it. Yeah.
can even do it and also have your phone on at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah, that's cool.
oh, okay.
So I've done that before. That's one of my favorites.
I will try that. That sounds
So
really
you
good.
seem to be really intuitive and in tune with, your body. So when you had the V6 experience and then you moved over and you started using the touch, did you
Mhm.
notice a difference between the two technology?
With the V6, it's very subtle for me. Although when I first started using it, I did feel it. And then it's as if my body adjusted and it just became because I wear it every day and all night long. So it's like but yes, I find the touch to be more, well, I was gonna say more tactile touch. Yeah, it's I can feel the sensation uh definitely with that, with the frequency vibrating. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
What about improvements in your physical body? I mean, do you feel like the touch is stronger and benefiting you more?
I do. I do sense that it's stronger. Like I can give an example. One time about maybe 2 months ago, I just started using it and I threw my hip out because there's this sliding door that was giving me trouble and it was kind of stuck. And I approached it. I was kind of sleepy at the time and I approached it in the wrong position and I pulled and oh my goodness, was it painful. It went on all night long, and so I used the touch, and I felt it subside shortly after. I mean,
Oh,
I could actually feel it changing, wasn't as painful, and then I got better. Uh, I think it was like 2 days later, it was completely gone, and I could barely walk. I didn't even hardly sleep that night. It was so painful. So,
oh, wow. That's
yeah.
really good. That's really quick improvement.
Yeah, and I didn't have any external, like I didn't use any rubs or I didn't go get a chiropractic treatment or anything like that. It was just the touch. And I do feel the touch has helped me as well. If I started getting a little tickle in the sore throat or something coming on, I turn it on and I feel like it just kind of amps me up. I
Mm.
don't know how to explain that. It's subtle, right? So I'm trying to explain something that's intangible or, subjective and subtle that feels like a tuning up of the energy, I could say.
Ah,
Tune up.
yeah, we all need that.
Yeah.
So, do you set your intention, Dina, when you use your touch? Like when you start a session, do you set your intention?
Absolutely. And I do feel that that really makes a difference with any kind of energy medicine, right? I think because our minds add to it. I mean, I think the frequency alone is beneficial, but if I add my intention, um, that just makes it more effective and powerful just
Yeah.
by,
Well,
yeah.
it adds that God spark from you to the frequency and creates like a perfect marriage. That's my opinion. But
Nice way to say it. Yeah.
yeah, it's that intention that you set that combines with the frequency. And I feel like what's the word I'm looking for? It doubles it. It's exponential result.
Hmm. It's a consciousness thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the whole God spark story that Cynthia has shared, Have you heard that before?
I haven't. No.
Oh, good. I get to tell you.
Oh, good. Good.
So years ago, Cynthia worked at Stanford and Lawrence Livermore labs here in California in the particle acceleration labs.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And a human could not be in the room during an experiment because they could directly influence the particle. So what I say to people now, because my background is health, is if you have influence on a particle outside of your body, what kind of influence can you have on particles inside your body? Hello? I mean, to me, that is just like, whoa,
Yes.
game changer.
Wow. So a human couldn't be in the room because they would influence the particles in the experiment.
Yeah. Like if you said to the particle, do a triple gainer and spiral corkscrew, it would do it. Or stop in the middle, like literally, like humans could influence the particles. Now, I'm totally making that part up,
Yeah.
but when Cynthia and I did a video about it a couple years ago, and I said the same type of thing, she said, yeah, basically. So it's like
Amazing.
remarkable.
It shows you're right. It shows the power. And I like the term God spark because that's what it is. It's the God spark in us that's affecting our
Yeah.
world and ourselves, right?
And Jesus said, these things I do, you can do even greater, and
Mhm.
we forget who we really are and the power that was given to us, you know,
Mhm.
by our creator, by God. So I think that I love to keep that on the top of mind of everyone because they forget, and that's of course on purpose. But I feel like it's really important as we, step out with faith and build this new world together.
Mhm. Absolutely. Yeah. And I would say probably it would work the opposite if there's a disbelief or a negative attitude, it's going to reflect that, or not necessarily the frequency, but the universe mirrors back what we expect.
Yeah, I love how Madeline said it when Cynthia and I did a call with her, that when you let fear and doubt creep in, you tell the universe you changed your mind.
Ah, uh-huh.
That was a stickler, man. It was like, oh no, just pivot and get back on that road.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Dina, after your do-over, will you come back and do a part two with me? So we can see.
Absolutely. I'd love to. I'd love to. Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be an important chronicling for the film project.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Awesome. It will be fun to see you. And what would you like to say in closing, my dear?
Well, I'd like to say that I also I have animals and I use the touch with my animals. I even have a couple pictures that my significant other snapped of me with my goats, my pet goats.
Oh, cool.
And one guy is very elderly. He's 15 years old, which is really old for a goat. Okay. Most goats don't make it past like 8, 9, 10. Um, and his name is Saunter, and he has a little bit of arthritis in his left leg. So I go out there and I bring the touch, and I have another little goat too who didn't have a very good start in her life with the person that had her before, and she had babies too early. So she has a little bit of weakness that but you would never know it because she's one of those that doesn't claim it, right? She runs and jumps and so they both really enjoy it. I just sit with them in the barn or outside under a tree, and they get really quiet and they zone out. When I put it on Saunders, like on his spine, he just gets this very meditative, zoned out look on his face.
Wow, how
I
cute.
wish I had a film of it because
How
it's
many goats do you have?
I have two goats right now.
Two.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
milk them? I mean, are they just pets or?
They're just pets. No, I don't. They're rescue goats.
Aw, I love
And I
that.
have cats and they like it too. Like I'll sit down to hold the touch, and I have this one cat in particular loves to come and sit where it's right on him, right near him, and
Aw,
he enjoys it too. They all do, really.
that's really cool. I
Yeah.
love that.
Hmm. If the animals like it, then you know there's something to it, right? Because they don't have any ideas of what, preconceived
Yeah, they're not jaded.
prejudice. Right. If they like a frequency like that, even with the sound that it makes, they don't, they're not bothered by it or anything. They love it.
Yeah, they just are all connected. They don't have all of the programming that humans have.
Right.
They're pure. So I love that. Yeah, my dog, I have one dog and he has two devices, like my old black one from way back, and then my old V6 that are like by his area because he's almost 15 too.
Hmm.
So I make sure he's well protected.
Nice.
Yeah, it's important.
Hmm.
Well, good for you. I'm happy to hear that you're taking care of your animals. I think it's so important, you know,
Yes.
and God bless you for rescuing.
Oh,
I love that. Kelly just rescued a couple puppies from a puppy mill. Do you know
oh
Kelly,
goodness.
part of our team?
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I love her. She's a good friend.
Mm.
So I think that's so important to do. So
It
it's
is.
hard.
Yeah. It changes their lives.
Yeah, and yours. I mean, yours is better automatically. You know,
Yeah.
that oxytocin from petting your animals, I think is so important and people don't even realize. So
Hmm.
that's a good thing.
Yeah. And it'll be cool one day when they can experience the Q arc.
Gosh, I pray for that soon before my old guy goes. Wouldn't that be something? Oh man,
Would.
I would love that. Like you can't believe. So
Hmm.
I'm sure many of us pet owners feel the same.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. All right, Dina. Well, I just so appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming to spend time and sharing your beautiful story. And I look forward to seeing you next time.
Well, I enjoyed it. Thank you. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you and Cynthia and Dr. Alfredo and the entire team for all that you are doing as well.
Awesome. We love it. We're all here for a reason. I mean, us and the members. I feel like we are here for this time on purpose.
Mm-hmm. It's groundbreaking. It's making a mark for humanity.
Oh, and you haven't seen nothing yet, girl. Awesome. All right, my dear. Well, have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
till next time. Bye-bye.